And there's a live symbol.
All
And
right.
there is that awesome music. Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Weird Frequencies. Broadcasting live from a bunker. Well, I'm not. I'm in my basement.
Yeah. I'm in my garage.
Rob is unfortunately at work or he's attending a family gathering. We haven't heard much from Rob tonight. But hopefully the captain will join us later tonight and join in on the weird news. How was your week?
We have the ship.
Until then, we have the ship temporarily.
Yep.
This is a ship. This is
not a mutiny.
Nope. Not a
Or
mutiny,
anything like
nothing
that.
like that. Nope. It gets transferred right back as soon as he comes on. I'm just a navigator. I just do what he says.
It's the USS Hanson. USS Weird Frequencies.
The USS, what was that ship that was in the big conspiracy about time travel? I forget what it was. They made a movie on it. But supposedly they tested like a cloaking device on it, and like half the crew died, and the other two supposedly got sent forward in time.
Okay.
I forget what that movie is. It is one of the weirdest. I'm gonna actually look this up now. I don't care. Movie about time traveling battleship.
Yeah.
It is not. I know it is not the Yamamoto from the anime. And it is not the movie Battleship. Oh well. I'll figure it out eventually. So how is everyone? How was your Easter?
Mine was good. I spent it with family and went and hid like 60 eggs so that the kids who were there could find them all.
Uh-huh.
And then was able to get my boys home, so they're with me for the next few days, which is very cool.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, just kind of taking it easy now that we're all at home.
It's been a good weekend. I mean,
Yeah.
I know they're talking about severe thunderstorms for the Illinois area coming in later tonight or tomorrow, somewhere around there.
Yep, something like that.
Yeah, everyone.
We get rain for like the next 2-3 days, and it could turn into snow. No.
Well, it is spring. I mean, there's no denying it is spring-like weather. And before we get that nice, beautiful, warm weather that everyone loves, you always get like at least one more blast of winter. You always get like one more dusting of snow. I think like a couple of years ago, we actually had a blizzard. I can't remember, but you always get that last hurrah of winter, and then it just next week it's turn the air conditioner on.
Yeah.
It's literally done that before, literally. So yeah, I went to Susan's family for Easter. My family's gonna be doing something in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And her brother made some killer pork chops. Holy shit. These things were awesome. Oh, you laugh. I mean, I don't know what he marinated them in. And if he sits there and says, "Oh, it's barbecue sauce," I'm gonna flip out. No way. He had to marinate it in something. They were great. They were freaking delicious. So yeah, so we're probably gonna do. We're waiting to hear from Bubba, and we're waiting to hear from Rob. April even says it's hailing in Decatur on Easter. Damn.
No, so you can keep that hail, April.
So the storms are in the area. They're just not here. They're not in Jacksonville yet, and you live in Taylorville.
Yep, Taylorville. So I'm like right in between you guys.
Yeah, so you might get something. I don't know. I think we'll get something later tonight from the sounds of it. I'm not ready. I'm ready for the heat. I'm ready for 90 degrees. I'm ready for the humidity, the mugginess. Bring it the hell on. I'm ready for it. I'm ultimately ready for it. So, all right. Well, for those of you who don't know, this is a show where we usually go over the weird news for the week. I'm pretty much believer in almost everything except Bigfoot. I can't get into Bigfoot. And Adam is, as his name says, seeker of knowledge. He's the skeptic.
Yep. I mean, just asking questions.
Yeah,
Finding
you're the
what could be, what isn't, being
yeah.
open to it all.
Well, you have to be skeptical in a lot of these things, because if you're not, and you just jump to conclusions, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, that supposed UFO you saw, it was actually a drone, then you're the one who's got the big problem on your face and whatnot. You're the one who gets made fun of. You know, you have to be skeptical. Me being a ghost hunter, you have to be skeptical in almost everything to get to the bottom of the truth. So, and I got my first ghost hunting meeting here in a few weeks on April 20th. The location I think we're wanting to go to, I'm not going to say it, because obviously if we go to it, we're going to share the evidence here but Bigfoot is real. We're going to share the evidence here on the show, but I am really honestly hoping that we go to this location. So we're not casting shade on anything. We're not casting shade on Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, aliens, ghosts, UFOs.
We remain open-minded.
We will cast shade on the Easter Bunny, because I didn't get no Easter eggs tonight.
We all know the jelly beans are Easter Bunny, right? We all know this.
See, I was always told the Easter Bunny did stuff until Santa slapped him with a lawsuit. And now he can't pass out. He can't celebrate Easter anymore. I tried. All right, well, let's go ahead and get right to it. This one's coming from, this one's been coming straight out of Missouri. All right, so it's not unprecedented in Missouri to see a helicopter searching for someone. However, for one Missouri man, it was a harrowing experience to see a helicopter chasing something near the bike trail he was on, only to learn that it wasn't someone, but a something they were after. Kind of reminds me of the 1983 movie Something Wicked This Way Comes. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
TPB found who's TP? Oh, Trailer Park Boys. That's a homeless guy, Corey. It's not Bigfoot. All right, well, if you don't know about the plot of Something Wicked This Way Comes, it's a movie. It's set actually here in Illinois, and it's about an evil carnival was causing people to disappear. The tale they're talking about in this whole situation sounds like something pulled right out of it. Hi, Julie. According to a Missouri YouTube channel, Sasquatch Theory. Here you go, Corey. Here you go. This story is based upon a man named Andrew from Missouri who encountered something while on his bike near Lake Wapallo State near Greenfield, Missouri. While there is a video, but it's kind of interesting. They're talking about Bigfoot in this one, but the video is labeled Dogman of Missouri. As Andrew was riding down the bike trail, he saw many U.S. Army Corps of Engineer helicopters and officers flying overhead, shining a spotlight down on the bike path before him. When he looked down, he saw what he described as something 10 foot tall standing on the hill overlooking him. Let's see. How long is this story? Oh, this is an hour and 15 minute story. This video they have, it's weird too, because the article itself is calling it a Bigfoot. The video itself is saying it's a Dogman encounter.
I think if I remember the story correctly, it's because the face of the creature resembles that of a canine.
Well, the Dogman thing, that's kind of like somewhat between a werewolf and rumors about, Native American spirits being reborn as like supposed creatures of the wilderness and stuff like that, or skinwalkers and all that stuff. I don't think we're going to listen to an hour and 15 minute story, do we?
No, not really.
Let's see, there's nothing else about it. There's nothing, and this is the thing I don't understand. I'll go ahead and pull up the article. This comes from 100.9 The Eagle, which is interesting because it talks about the whole helicopter chasing, and this was published a few days ago. But the interesting thing is it doesn't give any highlights about, like what the creature looked like. That's apparently the trail he was on. There's where he saw the supposed Bigfoot, Dogman, King Kong creature. Well, I mean, how else do you explain it? Because I mean, I'm not kidding. It literally, the whole video that's attached to it is an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe we could watch it someday for like a special edition. But
everyone, and welcome to another Sasquatch Theory film. In today's video, we will be traveling to Greenville, Missouri to interview a guest who has been on the channel before. Andrew and his dog were riding down a bike trail when they noticed a lot of helicopter activity in the park and a heavy presence of law enforcement and game wardens with horse trailers. Andrew noticed a strange creature at the top of the hill trying to evade the helicopters, and it crossed the bike trail right in front of him and his dog. The town of Greenville is fairly close to one of my past research areas, and it's an area I have experienced activity myself along with other people I have interviewed in the past.
Okay, so this is technically a hot spot for Bigfoot, or as the title says, Dogman.
So we need to send Bubba there for an on.
Yeah, but Bubba, we need to send you there.
Wooden Sasquatch.
Rush that monkey.
At the coffee
yeah,
shop.
hashtag rush that monkey.
Many other people have had cryptid encounters here in the past, and possibly there is a lot of activity in this town. Greenville, Missouri is located on U.S. Route 67 in Wayne County, Missouri.
Okay.
It runs along the St. Francis River. The population is around 500 people
road
altogether, so it's a very small community.
Hey, I'd do it. I'd do a road trip.
I'd do it too.
Do a live show for Rob for chasing the Dogman or Bigfoot of Greenville, Missouri. I'd do it.
On location.
Fredericktown took place in Greenville, Missouri. In 1861, during the American Civil War, Union and Confederate forces clashed in a battle outside of Fredericktown, Missouri, which is located just a few miles from Greenville. The Union forces were able to defeat the Confederates, securing the area for the Union Army. Today, we will be talking to Andrew about his Dogman encounter that he had on the bike trail.
Can we get to the actual discussion?
A few miles. I'm going to drive from the
All right, so this must be Andrew here. This must be the gentleman that had this encounter.
Yeah, which isn't bad, but no.
Can we? Yeah, I don't think we have time to view all this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing shade on Bigfoot because I know we have Bigfoot believers. Julie says it's only 3 hours away. I might talk to Rob when I get a chance. Be like, hey, Rob, you want a special edition of the show live on location? That'd be interesting. Greenville is apparently 214 miles away from Springfield, Illinois. Okay. So
it's Greenville, Illinois, or Missouri?
It's Greenville, Greenville, Missouri. Yeah, because there's also a Greenfield. So yeah. I mean, I would watch the whole thing, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time. It's a Sunday night. It's Easter. A lot of people aren't going to want to hear us. I mean, maybe sometime for a special edition of the show, we could do that. Maybe when all four of us are on and, Rob says, let's debate this video here then. Well, another thing about Bigfoot, since we're on a Bigfoot roll, might as well go with this one. Last week, the Stephen County Sheriff's Office in Eastern Washington received an interesting phone call from a man looking to hunt for a Sasquatch. Now, this is interesting because I have always argued this. With all the sightings of Bigfoot, how has one guy with a gun not ever said, today's the day I get rich? Oh, you shot a creature that is technically on the endangered species list for no apparent reason. Well, the money you'll make from interviews, book deals, movies will definitely be enough to get you a good lawyer. The whole Bigfoot.
My question is, especially in regards to the picture of like the sign, why have we not had a Bigfoot child or Sasquatch child wander into a city out of curiosity?
Yeah. Like, for example, this weekend, I had a bat. Hi, Becky. How are you?
Hey, Becky.
I had a bat fly in my garage again this weekend. And then Friday night, after I got the bat out, I shot bottle rockets out at it because I just wanted to scare it, and it got out. I'm not shooting a bat. But Friday night, after I got that out, I went in Saturday morning around 8 o'clock to get the lawnmower. There's a fox in there. There's a fox in my garage, and that fox was pregnant, looking to pop. And I'm like, look, you can't stay here. You got to go.
You don't have to go home.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I'm sorry, But how, you mean, wild animals wander up to people all the time. You have videos and reports of deer, bear, raccoons, all types of wild animals. You mean to tell me a juvenile Sasquatch won't wander up and say, why does this creature have no hair, but I do? Yeah. That's a good question. So according to a Facebook post by the sheriff's office, the caller told office staff that he would be traveling to the area in mid-April and wanted to hunt in Big Meadow Lake area in Northeast Washington. Sheriff's office staff initially tried to refer to the man to the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife, but he told them they had referred him to the sheriff's office instead. And no, Becky, I didn't put out a bat signal for the bat. The man's concern was how to stay legal while hunting the mythical beast in the Big Meadow Lake area because Washington state regulations regarding Sasquatch hunts were unclear. The caller asked the sheriff's office whether shooting a Sasquatch was illegal in Stevens County and whether a regular hunting license was enough to keep his Sasquatch hunt above board legality.
It's coming right for us. It's in self-defense.
It's a self-defense takedown, yeah.
Yep.
Chewbacca used a domesticated Sasquatch. He's not wrong. Chewbacca is. That was one of the things about, what was it? Kluge told me this once, Return of the Jedi. They had to stop the actor Peter Mayhew from wandering off because somebody would have confused him for a Sasquatch and blasted it. I'm like, they're not wrong. Yeah. I mean, that costume, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
The caller asked the sheriff's office, blah, blah, blah. The Stevens County Sheriff's Patrol Office called the man to explain that Meadow Lake is in a nearby Penn Oro County Sheriff's jurisdiction and that there is no Sasquatch in Stevens County. We don't know this because one of our deputies would have accidentally hit one with a patrol car by now, the sheriff's office told the social media post. And that is true. That is true. I don't think we've never had a report of somebody hitting a Bigfoot with a car, According to the Bigfoot Field Research Organization, Washington is the top state for Sasquatch sightings. There have been so far 708 credible sightings, according to the organization. A 1992 resolution established Whatcom County as Sasquatch protection and refugee area. In 1969, Skymona County passed a law forbidding the harming of a Sasquatch, which would result in a $1,000 fine and a year in jail. The county later changed the law to the state that any permitted, willful, and wanton slaying of any such creatures shall be deemed a felony punishable by fine not to exceed $10,000 and or imprisonment in the county jail for no longer than a period of 5 years. It is unclear if Stevens County has any such ordinance or law. So yeah, even they're saying like it's illegal to technically shoot a Sasquatch.
Yeah, because wouldn't a Sasquatch be deemed as an endangered species?
It would be, yeah. Well, I know. Let me hang on a minute. Is it legal? I'm going to put this up. See if it's legal around the country. Shoot Bigfoot in the U.S. Let's put this up. Well, you can't kill Bigfoot in. All right, let's see here. What states is it illegal to shoot Bigfoot? Well, it's mostly Washington State, is what it seems like. Washington. It is against the law, apparently, to kill a Bigfoot. Looks like it's almost nationwide. Oh, no, it's legal in Texas.
Go figure.
It's legal in Texas. I listened to a podcast that a trucker hit a Bigfoot and local police filed the report as a bear. That is a good question, too. I mean, how would you even classify that? How do you know you hit a Bigfoot or how do you know you hit a bear? How can you tell the difference between the two? Someone in a suit said his best course was to just say he hit a bear. That's a good point too, Corey. Yeah. It would have to be classified as a species to be endangered. That's also true. Well, apparently in Texas, you can hunt a Bigfoot. I'm trying to get an actual list of all the states. So far, Washington, Oregon, no.
Like, are we really surprised that out of all the states, it's Texas?
Oh, yeah. Of all the states you could kill a Bigfoot in, it's Texas.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Tennessee. No, you cannot hunt a Bigfoot in Tennessee. But you can hunt alligators in Tennessee. I'm trying to find the list here. Here, I'll pull this screen up here so everybody can see. I'm trying to see the list. Well, maybe that's Corey, because Corey usually sends something. No, that's not Corey. Never mind. That's my fiance, and I almost brought that picture up, and we will not do that. I do not need to get in trouble for that one.
Look, I am not going to ask. I'm going to keep you out of trouble.
Yes, please. Thank you. I mean, she's visiting her mom right now for the weekend, but I almost messed up on that one.
So, about hunting Bigfoot. Let's get back on course.
Yeah, I'm not a wuss 420. I just don't want to sleep on the couch for the next month and a half.
You wouldn't have to sleep on the couch while Susan's at her mom's.
That is true, yes. But when she comes back, which will be Wednesday, then I'm sleeping on the couch.
Yeah.
States where you can hunt Bigfoot. Let's see. Well, Oklahoma just made it illegal. Let's see. Oklahoma just joined a long list of states that made it illegal to shoot Bigfoot. Let's see. It's illegal to hunt. Just kick forward to park bench. You'll be fine. That jackass. Yeah, it looks like no, Texas is not the only state. So get this. So get this. Texas open hunting towards Bigfoot. South Dakota, however, this is what the article is claiming. This is what they're claiming. In accordance to Game Field Protection Act of 1996, it is legal to defend yourself from approaching or dangerous wildlife. This includes bears, mountain lions, other large dangerous predators, and other large creatures that have yet to be identified by science, such as Bigfoot. So we were somebody talking about saying, self-defense earlier a while back. If somehow you piss Bigfoot off, you could kill that Bigfoot in South Dakota.
Yep.
So had a professor
now, if you do kill Bigfoot in any state, really, wouldn't it kind of be worth it? You could pay off the fines.
Dude,
and,
yeah.
I mean, the reward is a lot greater than the punishment you're going to receive.
That's what I'm saying. If let's say you're deer hunting and you see a Bigfoot, let's say you're not in, you're not in a state where it's legal to shoot this thing. If you kill this guy, you are going to get your money back. You're going to make so much money on the body, the story, the news articles, the movies, the press, and everything. Yeah, you're probably going to go to jail for a few years and have a $10,000 fine, but you'll make all that back.
Yeah. So you sell the body to science. You write a book about what happened. There you go. You're set. And then you just tour as the guy who killed a Bigfoot.
Yeah, and you could even set up a comedy act. You get Jeff Dunham to take the Bigfoot corpse, turn it into a puppet. There you go. Bigfoot, Ahmed, the dead Bigfoot. You're going to have people. Yeah, you are. He's right. 420 is right. You're going to have people pay for your bail. That is true. So
that's a GoFundMe that's worth it, right?
Right. Well, I mean, look, I'm not trying to get political, but look at Trump. He had like what? He owed several $1 million for the fraud case or something in New York. Even though it got dropped down, look at how many people were offering, hey, I'm going to donate to your fraud case to pay that off. I mean, trust me, if you bag a Bigfoot, people like CNN, NBC, all the big news outlets are going to be paying for you to get out so they can have that interview with you.
Not only would they pay you, you could demand to be paid. You could set your own price because you're the only one who's done it. And it's now a fact. It's not fiction.
Right. So Corey says this is a good point. Say you actually do shoot and kill a Sasquatch. Do you think you'll make it out of the woods alive? From what I understand, they are pack animals. If you see one, chances you don't see that. That's true. I've heard that. I've heard that a lot of times because there's a lot of sightings of Bigfoot in packs, but you never see any videos or footage. It's all of just
well,
one.
I mean, you have a hard enough time seeing one. You don't see a pack of them.
Yeah. But all the evidence you ever hear about it is they always say there's one, but they could hear others off in a distance. So I don't know. I mean, Corey's got a good point. If you do bag one, they're probably going to come after you. Unless you're in South Dakota and they chase after you, you just argue, oh, it was self-defense.
It was coming right for me. It was trying to steal my purse. I don't know you.
For the record, that's my purse, Bigfoot. For the record, we do not condone nor we condemn the violence towards Bigfoot. Just rush the monkey. Don't shoot the monkey. Don't blast that monkey.
Just get a good picture. Can't we please get a non-blurry picture?
Yeah, run up with
close, take a picture, run.
Yeah, run up with your camera, get a photo. The money you'll make will pay for your medical bills.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you see one, it's probably the male getting food for the family. Oh, yeah, that's probably a good point. The males are usually the gatherers.
Going shopping.
Especially if it's like a primate, because primates do all the gathering. Now they're all saying Bobby Hill's hunting Bigfoot.
Yep. That's my purse. I don't know you.
All right. Well, on to the next one. Since we're on animals and beasts and unknown creatures. This one is rather weird. It goes with the show. A Jamaican family is on the edge after a mysterious creature crept onto their property and inexplicably stripped the bark from their banana trees, but left all the fruit untouched. This is weird. This kind of, I don't know. Farmer Mavis Edwards of Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew, is now in a state of bewilderment as the bark of banana trees in her backyard was ravaged by what she believes was a strange creature late Tuesday. She told the Star, and of all things, it is the Star,
Yeah.
But what's interesting, though, is that I did hear this on YMG the other day. She last saw the trees around 8 p.m. They were all upright and in good condition. However, about 2 a.m. Wednesday, she was awakened to the loud barking of her dogs, but she did not make any checks until 6:30 when she saw the damage. I am not going to try and copy what she says here because that would be wrong. I'm just going to say when she woke up, the trees were gone, eaten. Bark was all torn up. She's been farming now for 10 years and has never seen anything like this before. However, the banana fruits themselves were left alone.
So not a monkey?
Not a monkey, not a gorilla, not a Bigfoot. Three kids to bed with no screaming or finding before 8:30. Damn.
Way to go, sweetheart.
There's a beast in Jacksonville called the American T-Rex. Damn straight. It's not the first time that this strange phenomenon has happened in Jamaica. In 2014, a similar situation occurred in a rural community of Cambridge in Portland. Following that episode where banana trees were damaged in a similar fashion, those residents dubbed the unknown creature as the Beast. Similar to the situation with Edwards, the banana trees in Portland had only bark damage as the leaves and fruit were left intact. The incident has left Edwards and her family frightened and nervous. Her granddaughter, Brittany Jones, told the Star that she fears the creature may return and hurt more than the banana trees. I don't know what it is. It might come back. God forbid there are other banana trees in the yard. So wondering what's going to come back, said Jones, who added that her family is even afraid to go near the ravaged trees. Nobody goes in that area because we don't know what it is. We don't know if we touch something, we might get sick. It's just there. We must leave it. So yeah, I would like to bring up some photos of these trees, but there you can see. Let's do this. Can I do this? That's probably a second. So there's the trees that have been stripped of all the bark.
Okay.
There's a tree that's been completely knocked down. Maybe Bigfoot? Because they say it happened in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe my first thought was there is a creature in the fossil record that was known for tearing up bark, and that was the Megatherium, which is a giant ground sloth.
Yeah.
But they're dead. They died at the end of the Ice Age. But if there's reports of it in South America, but not like in Portland, Oregon, I think we would have seen a giant ground sloth by now. They grow ginger beard only to shed it in the spring. Shut up, Corey. Wax his beard. So yeah, maybe that's a good one too. It's probably a deer or something ripping it and running off. Yeah, because deer would probably be scraping their antler, especially. It also depends too on when this happened. Like the article was written March 22nd.
Say, I do know that like bears often scratch at trees to sharpen their claws, or they'll scratch their back against trees.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
now I'm not assuming that they would shed the tree of all of its bark or maybe even knock it down, but if it's a weakened tree, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility that, yeah, I mean, bears do this stuff. Bears have been known to, like you said, tear up trees just by scratching their back or scratching, their claws and whatnot.
But then you'd find a lot of bark in the area too.
How many did it? Probably a block party. It was probably a whole pack of bears. St. Lawrence. That's what they said, right?
Yeah.
Are there bears in St. Lawrence? Okay. It says here, no, there are no bears in St. Lawrence.
Okay.
Okay, what about
What are some wildlife in St. Lawrence?
primates? What about that?
You have to remember they didn't eat any of the bananas. So
No primates. No primates in St. Lawrence. Yeah, it was my demon kitty. I hate that cat. That cat tore up my chair last night. Yeah, so no primates and no bears, nothing. So unless it's Bigfoot, it could be a new species or something they haven't cataloged lately.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too when I was reading it because you and Adam are right because bears will rub it just to shed that winter fur, just to scratch themselves. And 420 also said, they scratch it to sharpen their claws. So yeah, I'd say bear.
That's
Plus, it
probably,
doesn't.
that's probably our best guess, all things considered.
Yep.
But there's a lot of gray area there.
Plus, it doesn't have to be a bear, an animal that lives in the area. It could be an animal like, a population. It could be an animal that escaped from somebody. There's so many people with exotic animals nowadays.
Yeah.
You never know. Mountain lion, that's another thing. I don't know. I didn't look up mountain lion. I don't know if they have any mountain lions. I don't think it's like, Sasquatch or what I thought was a Megatherium, but that's something did it. I think it was a big animal.
Yep.
Well, I think you were on the show for this last article. This is the last Bigfoot article we're going to cover. Then we're going to get on to some other stuff. I think you were on with me back in late February. We talked about Sassy, the Sassy the Sasquatch statue.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the one that keeps disappearing and
The
reappearing.
one that keeps disappearing and reappearing. Well,
Okay.
Sassy has once again reappeared. Sassy is back. Find Sasquatch stolen from Midtown home. She's back. A next door super sleuth was able to track down a 250-pound. Why do they keep stealing a 250-pound Sasquatch statue? I don't understand that. That was stolen.
Maybe in their mind, why not?
I have no idea. Jennifer Jordan says she was stalked when she returned to her house in Cox, or different show. I can't make this joke. Wednesday morning and saw that Sassy was on the back of her front steps. I drove around the corner and said, "Are you kidding me?" said Jordan. I got out of my car and walked down the front steps, looked around and said, "Why is no one here to watch this?" But it was midnight. Jordan, who is the head of the women's golf coach for the University of Memphis, says, got Sassy about 7 years ago. The 3-foot tall statue has become a neighborhood mascot. When Jordan began dressing her up for the holidays, neighbors were not happy when they found out Sassy was missing. Jordan said one person who saw her next door post about the theft was determined to find her. It was bothering him and he was on a mission. It's hilarious to me and wonderful at the same time, Jordan said. Sassy was taken by someone in a maroon and burgundy truck who appeared to be hauling junk. The man who found Sassy said the license plate number on the truck turned out to be stolen, but it led him to a neighborhood where people knew the suspect and his vehicle. Jordan said Tuesday night she got a tip about Sassy and passed it along to the Good Samaritan who found her in the backyard of a house off Lamar. They just gave me a vague location, said Jordan. It was dumped in a yard, and as I understand, it was somewhere off Lamar. I didn't ask him for details. I guess he asked around, and there we go. Our neighborhood was so happy to see Sassy again that she left some flowers. Jordan couldn't wait to put Sassy in a white dress, red cape, and mask. As you can see there, for God's sakes. That was her Christmas dress, and I felt like it was Christmas. We put a cape on her back because it was kind of like a covert operation. Super Sassy's back.
Super Sassy.
Super Sassy is back. So we can find a statue of a Bigfoot, but not the actual Bigfoot.
Well, yeah, when it starts in someone's yard, of course we can find it later.
Jordan said she isn't surprised a stranger went out of his way to find Sassy. She said Cooper Young is a special neighborhood, and when you take something out, it makes it a little more unique than the other neighbors. People don't like it. This is sadly not the first time that Sassy has been stolen. Sassy has been reported stolen multiple times over the past years, but for some reason always makes a return a week later. This does, however, mark the longest time Sassy has been missing, for about a month and 2 weeks. Bubba, I need my truck back. I'm never loading Bubba my truck again. And that's all I got for Bigfoot. So I love how it took a neighborhood to find a statue. It's not even that big of a statue. That kind of statue, I've seen like big versions of it. I don't know if you have. You go to like those roadside shops or something like that, or you go to like a farm and home, or I know there was one at Home Depot a while back. Those are big size statues. That's a little bitty guy, but for 250 pounds,
yeah,
holy shit! Why are you lifting that?
I mean, it must be worth the joke, I guess. I mean, no one's pressing charges, right? So it's a funny joke that you know you can get away with as long as you have a bunch of friends, more than likely drunken, in the evening to pull it off.
I just don't understand why this keeps. You figure at this point, the article said this has been stolen multiple times. At this point, chain the statue to the steps.
Yeah, bolt bolt the thing into the concrete.
Yeah, exactly. Bolt it to the
Something.
concrete.
Make it heavier. I don't, by what means, I don't know, but do it. Either that or just assume this is going to happen a lot more.
Yeah, no kidding. This is. Well, I want to take a little break from the usual stuff we talk about, and I want to talk about something. I gotta find it. It's up here on the. You found something that's been going around a lot lately. Everybody knows that, technology is basically on the rise this day and age. I mean, for God's sakes, I talk about it all the time. We're in like a Star Trek style of world. We literally have cell phones that could do anything. You can search up the internet. You can take pictures. You can take video. You can research something. You can call someone. We basically tricorders. The only thing we're missing right now are the laser guns, the transporters.
Although the replicators would be really cool to have, we're getting
Yeah.
closer to the printers.
I would rather have a Star Wars type of society than Star Trek society. So this is something that's been going on for a while. The Neuralink. This is Elon Musk's Neuralink technology. Now, if you don't know what
brainchild,
this is his next step. He's already got SpaceX. He's already got X, Twitter.
Yeah.
I still call it Twitter.
Yeah.
Now he's doing this whole Neuralink thing. So they've also done the first human trial with a patient, a 29-year-old quadriplegic. I couldn't read that for a minute. And it says the brain chip is not perfect, but has changed his life.
Yeah, what they've done is they've taken software to work with the Neuralink, and he can now do things just by thinking about doing them. So one of the things he really enjoys doing now, which, I mean, it's something he couldn't do before, was now he really enjoys playing Civilization 6 just with his mind. And
I heard about this. I was going to talk about this on our show the other night, but I decided not to. He spent 6 hours playing Civilization 6 or 4 or something like that?
Yes. Civilization 6, and he was playing like for long periods of time. Bear in mind, he's quadriplegic. He cannot move his arms and legs that well or in a controllable fashion. So he's sitting there in his chair, able to do this, and he's also playing chess on the computer. So not like, manual chess, but if it's on a computer, he can basically do it. So, and think about it, he didn't have that ability before. But, the reason I brought this article to our group of listeners is what can be done with this chip.
Dude, I think we're going more for like a Ghost in the Shell or Blade Runner type future. Personally, that's what I'm thinking.
Think about what hackers can do to electronics nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And if this thing can change how you think in a way that doesn't seem to feel different from just thinking a thought.
Yeah. So Neuralink is Elon Musk's neural technology company revealed during a live stream on Wednesday that a 29-year-old man who was paralyzed after a diving accident is the first human to receive the brain chip implant. This patient, Nolan Arborough, I'll just call him Nolan, said during the live stream on X, Musk's social media company, that the chip was not perfect, but it had already added many improvements to his life, such as giving him the ability to play video games for hours on end, like he said, without having to rely on the help from his family. It's not perfect, Nolan said, I would say we have run into some issues. I don't want people to think that this is the end of the journey. There's a lot of work to be done, but it has already changed my life. Bliss Chapman, an engineer at Neuralink, joined Nolan for the live stream. The company launched in 2016 and has been working on a chip implant that would allow people to control computers with their brains. Musk first announced in January that Neuralink had implanted one of its chips into a human for the first time. That must have been Nolan, the guy in the article. Following,
Which, as a quadriplegic, getting involved with this prototype, beta testing type of deal, not a whole lot to lose.
right,
I mean, you're not going to lose abilities beyond what you already have, right?
right.
So you give it a shot, and if it works, great.
Those animal experiments have been the subject of scrutiny after Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine and medical ethics groups accused the company of putting monkeys through extreme suffering as a result of inadequate animal care and the highly invasive experimental head implants during the experiments. PCRM asked U.S. regulators to investigate Musk for securities fraud after he posted on X that no monkey has died as a result of Neuralink implant. Musk later said that Neuralink's facilities were like monkey paradise. So, well, if it's wired in the brain, you can lose sight and other things. So, my fiance Susan, she had brain surgery back in 2021, and I can tell you right now, the doctor even said this: anytime you open up the skull to get to the brain, regardless of what position it's going to be in, you're going to lose peripheral vision. You could also lose taste. You may gain tastes. Like, for example, my fiance used to love pepperoni before the brain surgery. Loved pepperoni. She loved it. Now she can't stand it. She cannot stand the taste. It gives her heartburn. Pepperoni used to be her thing, her go-to snack.
Okay.
So that statement there about him claiming no monkey has died as a result of Neuralink implant.
He didn't say that none were hurt.
Yes, he didn't say none were hurt. That's right.
He just said that none died.
Right. I don't know. That one is good. That one I kind of don't believe him for.
Yeah. It's like, and it being monkey paradise. I think monkey paradise would be them living back where they were.
Right. During the live stream, Nolan sat in a specialized chair in front of a laptop. He appeared to be playing a game of chess while his hands remained on the armrest of his chair. I love playing chess, and so this is one of the things that y'all have enabled me to do, something I wasn't really able to do much of over the past few years, especially not like this. He said, I had to use a mouse, stick, and stuff, and now it's all being done with my brain. Nolan said he dislocated parts of his spinal cord in a freak diving accident about 8 years ago, left him paralyzed from below the shoulders. His condition limited his ability to play his favorite video game, Civilization 4? Yeah, 4, because he could only play for a few hours at a time before he needed help from his family to readjust his seated position. I am basically giving up playing on.
Man.
It's what?
If it's 4, it's IV. It's
okay.
VI.
So this is 6. This is 6. I suck at Roman numerals. I only know Roman numerals as much as there are Rocky movies. So there you go. I had basically given up on playing that game, he said, adding that it's a big game that requires a lot of time sitting still. I have to worry about a lot of things, getting pressure sores and things like that. So I just really wasn't really able to play as much as I wanted to. With the chip, Nolan has been able to play the video game for several hours while lying in his bed. Nolan said the biggest restriction so far has been having to charge the implant after playing the video. Okay, so you have to charge this thing. So my question is, okay, in comparison to the Star Wars movies, he says like using the Force on a cursor. How does this thing work? My guess is I've heard a little bit about it. It's a small chip. It goes to the base of the base of the brain, and can transfer your thoughts to a computer system. In this case, it's a computer that plays his video games and stuff like that. How do you charge it?
I don't know if you have to plug your head in,
Yeah, that's a good question.
or is there like a wireless charging mat that you can just lay on or put behind your head?
Right. I don't want. I wanted to watch this guy play Mario Kart. There's a video of him doing it, but I don't know. That's let me see. I can look this up. How
does Neuralink charge?
a Neuralink? Here we go. Okay, let's see here. This is what I found. This is rather strange. The N1 implant is powered by a small battery charged wirelessly from the outside via a compact inductive charger that enables easy use from anywhere, the company says on its website. As he announced, the human implant surgery, Musk said his company's implant product would be called telepathy. So this is charging wirelessly. So it's like, you know how you have the little discs? I got some upstairs for my cell phone, but it's a little pad. You just set your phone on it, and it charges from the pad up through to your phone. That's how it's working.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say, like, does he have to lay his head on it? Does he have to, like, what?
Be within like 6 feet of it, or
Yeah.
And what would that do to your brain?
I don't know. All that electricity going through it. And Julie raised a good point. I wonder if it's a cochlear implant, a hearing aid implant that needs to be charged. I can't.
A cochlear.
Thank you. Thank you. I was sitting there hoping you'd fix it at some point instead of letting me drown. Look at that Neuralink. I still won't spell.
It's like you went to say, and I'm like, is he actually going to try to go through this?
I tried, damn it.
It's okay for you to ask me how to pronounce stuff, man.
Well, cochlear implants, how do they charge theirs? Theirs is kind of the same way, right?
They're actually a lot like my watch. I have a Galaxy watch.
Uh-huh.
And it sits on a little pad underneath. So they just put it like right on the skin on the back, and it charges like that.
Yeah, that's another one Becky says. The seizure implant, this was another thing Susan was looking at before she got the brain surgery. The VNS, it has a 5 or 7 year battery life. That's true as well, because Susan was looking into that one for her seizures, but she went for the brain surgery. Click on it to just show you how it charges. That's a good point. All right, let's see here. I'll bring this back up. Boom, images. All right, so, is this how it's supposed to go? So there's the Neuralink. I'm guessing that's where you put the piece in there, and it wires up to your brain. Looks like it's going to be up in the... That's not the frontal lobe. That's the... What lobe is that?
That's... I don't know. It's at the base of the brain up through.
Yeah.
Like back here.
Right. And now here's the device that plugs into you or fits over it magnetically. And according to this is how it charges. That's the actual device right there. And that's the little charging. Because see, there's a charging cable. So you just take it off, fits in there. Yeah, so it's like that. There's several different versions of it. You just have to... It just depends on, I guess, what section of the brain they put it on. This guy here. This is probably the one he got, since he's got...
Or is it just important that it's near the surface of the skin somewhere? Maybe the wires can come around.
Yeah.
To it. So.
Yeah, and there's a Neuralink. Dude, that is so weird.
So, I mean, it could be like my glucometer that I have here, and it's just stamped onto my skin.
I think that's like how they're doing it. Is they
reads my blood sugar every 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's the same type of thing as a glucometer. It's just in this case, they also have to put in the attachments for it to go into the brain, because they can't just do like your glucometer where it goes into the skin. No, they have to actually connect the
Yeah.
leads of it to the brain and then run it through like the glucometer and have it right there.
Yeah.
So I'm still saying Blade Runner. We're going more to a Blade Runner future.
You could say, I mean, how hard would it be for Elon Musk to send some code through Neuralink to all the people who have it
Yeah, that
and influence thought, or, you know, at least have suggestions of something?
Yeah, I'm not too keen on this. I think I'll just stay flesh and blood human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm as cyborg as I want to get with this. I mean, you know, it's cool. I mean, unless I have to like replace a hand or something,
right.
maybe Mega Buster or something.
Yeah, if you're going to go straight up Mega Man, if he's going to offer straight, you can go straight up Mega Man. I'll go Master Chief off Halo. I'll get the suit and everything before I do that.
Or get Samus Aran's arm cannon.
Yeah. Get Samus Aran's arm cannon from Metroid. That'd be awesome.
You know,
Get the suit from Half-Life that Gordon Freeman wears.
get like Deus Ex's arm that can transform into weapons, or
Yeah.
whatever it needs to. It's completely robotic.
All right. Well, I'll be like the Doom Slayer. I'll be off Doom. I'll just run around chasing ghosts and demons with a chainsaw and a shotgun and a suit of armor. All right. So on to our next story. Here's another one you sent, Adam. This is another one Adam sent. Adam's a big tech guy. Adam's a tech guru. Microsoft and OpenAI are reportedly building $100 billion secret computer to train advanced AI. It's no secret that OpenAI and its chief financier, Microsoft, are charging ahead in a bid to make AI the next big thing in computing. But a new scoop puts a new dollar figure on exactly how deep that commitment runs. Citing unnamed sources familiar with the project, the information is reporting that the dynamic duo are working on a 100 billion, that's billion with a B, meaning a sum exceeding many countries' gross domestic products, on a hush-hush supercomputer designed to train powerful new AI. And this is how we get Skynet.
Okay. Now, I do want to be clear. This actually doesn't come from me. This came from Bubba.
Oh, this came from Bubba. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So I don't want to take credit for his findings.
Yeah, shout out to Bubba.
This is along the lines of what I would get.
This is a Bubba file.
Yes.
OpenAI didn't respond to Quartz's request for comment about the facility reportedly codenamed Stargate. Oh, you really had to go there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, OpenAI is the company who was considering putting their programs into androids, like not phones, but robotic beings.
Yeah.
And controlling them that way.
The facility codenamed Stargate is scheduled to go online in 2028, but Microsoft didn't push back against the reporting in a statement it provided. Microsoft has demonstrated its ability to build pioneering AI infrastructure used to train and deploy the world's leading AI models. A Microsoft spokesperson told the site, "We're always planning for the next generation of infrastructure innovations needed to continue pushing the frontier of AI capability." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. Do we really need to train AI? Like, what are you going to train AI?
Just how it thinks.
Don't hurt humans. Don't hurt humans.
No, it won't. A lot of it is just gathering all the information that people are using to create stuff through AI and building databases that way. And they can create algorithms to improve how AI should think.
I don't know. I
War machines. Come on, Julie.
yeah, Terminator,
on.
Matrix, Star Wars,
iRobot.
iRobot.
What I initially thought of.
Yeah, that's what we're going towards. I don't know. I think we're pushing AI, but we're pushing it baby steps. I think it's fine right now. I mean, yes, we're using AI to create things like video images or AI. I saw a song somebody did. They got Darth Vader and Optimus Prime to sing the Sound of Silence to an AI device the other night. And it actually sounded decent. It was the disturbed version of Sound of Silence, but it was actually pretty decent. But I don't think we're ready to take AI to the next step, and that is, oh, gee, let's train it on how to be a better AI. Well,
Yeah, I'm definitely not ready for AI to control robotic bodies to do things for us.
yeah.
Because it thinks it should.
And then you're going to get the whole South Park joke of they took my job.
Yeah.
Because then people will start hiring robotic AIs over actual people.
And then a lot of these movies where this situation happens, the robots deem that humans wouldn't make mistakes if humans didn't exist.
And that's where you get Terminator.
Yeah.
We're going to be fighting them with our Neuralink. Oh, gosh, that'd be bad if all of a sudden the AI implanted itself in people's head via Neuralink. There you go. That's how the world ends.
Yeah, they just kidnap people and implant them with Neuralink. And then when everything falls out, everyone who's controlled by Neuralink becomes part of that army on top of the AI-controlled robots. And then whoever's left, good luck.
Dude, this sounds like a straight up scary Star Trek scenario with the Borg.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. All right, well, I got one more story when it comes to science, and then we'll get on to some good stuff. We'll get back to the really weird stuff. CERN. Now, if you've watched this show long enough, you know.
Julie found the Optimus Prime Darth Vader Sound of Silence.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to it later. It's good. So CERN. Yeah. Now, if you've watched this show long enough, you know Rob is convinced that CERN is one of the reasons we have so many problems in the world. I think he and Ray had like a Ray Lionel, shout out to Ray Lionel's War Disaster. They had a 20-minute argument on one of the first shows I was on about how CERN was responsible for so many problems because of their super collider. Now, I don't know, Adam, where do you stand with this CERN thing?
Being of scientific nature, I'm always interested to see what they find.
Yeah.
But we're not really going to know about repercussions of it. I mean, it's not like they're going to be willing to tell us if they're, ripping and tearing at the space-time continuum with each collision that they do or whatever. So, we just hear the little bits they're willing to leak, and whatever else happens, we're just kind of there.
Well, the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator is set to smash protons together on April 8th to search for invisible particles secretly powering our universe. What else is going on April 8th? You have the solar eclipse. Yeah. Theories have suggested there are 17 different particle groups, and the European Organization for Nuclear Research, also known as CERN, confirmed the existence of one using its Large Hadron Collider in 2012. Now the team has restarted the Hadron Collider with hopes of unraveling more mysteries of the universe, specifically dark matter. Get past the girl rubbing about her jewelry. Oh, that's just random. That just randomly popped on like, what the hell? Scientists began preliminary tests by sending billions of protons around the LHC's ring of superconducting magnets to boost their energy and ensure the $4 billion machine was in working condition. And next month, CERN will shoot them down a 17-mile-long tunnel at nearly the speed of light to recreate the conditions a second after the Big Bang. The LHC will continue the experiment until later this year, when it will then be put under a long hibernation for CERN to transform it into the next version, the High Luminosity LHC, the HLLHC. The accelerator sits 300 feet below underground at the border of France and Switzerland, and first went live September 10, 2008. The LHC works by smashing protons together to break them apart and discovering subatomic particles that exist inside of them and how they interact. Scientists turned a powerful machine on this month, injecting it with several proton beams.
Okay, so let's take a second. We need to pay attention to France and Switzerland. If stuff starts going wonky in the world, like all of a sudden there's a huge gaping hole underneath those two countries.
Yeah, I mean,
just saying.
What was it? It's the Mandela effect. They think the Mandela effect. It depends on, like, it's the weirdest thing. So if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, we talked about it once before on the show. It's the idea of, do you believe Nelson Mandela died in jail, or did he die as an old man? Is it Berenstain or Berenstein? Is it Frankenstein? You remember this? You remember that? The big argument is that two universes collided and merged, and we don't know about it. And this didn't come up as a possibility. It didn't really come up until 2008, and for some reason, all the conspiracy theorists started linking CERN because it was 2008 when they fired up the accelerator. They started thinking, well, they fired up the accelerator, maybe this universe merged with that universe, you know? So what they're going to do is they're going to schedule to fire this thing up on April 8th around the same time, the same day as the Great North American Solar Eclipse, which that's March. That is next Monday. Yeah, that's next Monday. So I don't know. They're trying to see if they can find other particles that are invisible, and hoping the solar eclipse will reveal those particles for them to see.
To try it, right?
Yeah. Also, this kind of sounds like the plot to a video game where they try to trigger something, and all of a sudden the villain comes out and starts laying waste. This is almost a plot to like Doom or Half-Life or something like that. So yeah, if the super AI doesn't get you for buying that Neuralink, the Hadron Collider during a solar eclipse will.
We're just going to open a portal to somewhere, and we're going to explore, thinking it's the next place to go live, and it's not.
All right, well, let's get to our last few stories of the night, which we saved the best ones for last. It's been a hot week for UFOs. We had one. You sent one here in Central Illinois.
That one I know I didn't send.
Oh, that was Bubba.
Yeah, that was another Bubba file.
Another Bubba. I need everybody to start labeling this like Bubba file, Rob file, stuff like that.
This is basically, it looks like it's in our backyard.
Yeah, it's right there in Bradfordton. I'm going to pull this up on Facebook, but I'm going to just pull up the photo. We're going to just try and leave the person who posted this. So this popped up. This is from a Storm Chaser group. This was like what, last week?
Yeah. It's from the Central Illinois Storm Chasers. Is the pictures that we have received.
Yeah, there's a close-up of it. Now, that looks to me almost like something coming in the atmosphere, like maybe a shooting star or a meteorite or something like that. Yeah. But
I mean, it could even be space waste.
Yeah, you don't see a light from it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So it could be just a cloud. I'm not sure. Let me read what they actually posted about this because it's really, really interesting. So yeah, this is a Bubba file. Bubba's still with us, sending us stuff. If I can pull up the actual, here we go. All right, so this is the person who posted this said, all right, did anyone see this guy today at 329-24? This is a couple days ago, around 7:30 p.m. near Bradfordton Road in Springfield, Illinois. A friend of mine sent me these and says it just hung in the sky and never moved for over 10 minutes. Any idea what this could be? I almost want to say cloud. Like some form of weird cloud.
I mean, it could. I pulled up the picture on my tablet so I can actually like zoom in on it,
Uh-huh.
see it a bit better. If you do zoom in on it, it does look kind of wispy.
Yeah, especially the background.
Yeah. So, like, it doesn't look like it's streaking through the sky. And it's not on fire, like you said before. So, it's not entering the atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, it could just be, I don't know, maybe the remnants of a rain cloud because it is so dark. But yeah, it's very dark near the bottom, the part that's heading toward the ground.
Yeah.
And it gets very wispy and kind of wavy.
It almost looks like the contrail to a jet that's just being formed. Like if there was a and even 420 is like, that's what I was thinking, Adam. If you look at the tip, it looks like a contrail, but like you say, it also gets very wispy towards the end. I don't know.
Yeah, because if it's a trail, it's usually fairly straight.
Yeah.
But if you like really zoom in on it, it's quite wispy. I can't really zoom in more than what I am on my tablet.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Getting it really close, it does. I mean, it's not a straight line, it's wavy.
Yeah, now if you look at that second,
crazy wavy, but wavy.
Now if you look at that second photo, I could do this. Bring this up a little more. Yeah, you look at the second photo here, it definitely looks more like a cloud, like a wispy kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's photos really.
I don't think it's a UFO, and I don't think it's a meteorite. I think it's just a natural weather phenomenon they're seeing here.
Yeah. But it can't be something entering the atmosphere. It would be on fire.
Yep.
There would be that little fire cup around the front, and the streak coming off the back would be straight.
Yeah.
Or angled, but it wouldn't be wavy.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just a cloud is what she's got a picture of. Or like 420 here says just a thick rain bubble. That's also a possibility too. So I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be. What was the weather like today? It could be a start of a funnel cloud. Yeah, it could be the start of a funnel cloud, but the problem is that there's no other clouds in that area.
Yeah.
Maybe the remnants of one that was trying to form, but I don't know. Well, here is an interesting situation going on in India. Police officers in India are reporting they are seeing large numbers of UFOs lingering near one of the country's nuclear plants on multiple occasions. And this is something that's been brought up a lot lately. Do UFOs have a pattern or a connection to nuclear energy?
It wouldn't be surprising for them to seek out high levels of energy.
Yeah, because I mean, you're talking about a ship, like if that is a spaceship, it's got to take a lot of energy to travel from point A to point B. Claiming that UFOs were spotted in the sky covering Why don't you try and read this one?
Okay, hold on.
I can't.
All right. Okay, in Chennai, claiming that UFOs were spotted in the sky covering Kudankulam
Kudankulam.
in Tirunelveli district last year. UFO tracker Sabir Hussain here said these unidentified objects are mysteriously showing up in and around locations where nuclear power plants are set up. In July last, a retired DGP had claimed to have spotted UFOs on the Neelankarai Mahabalipuram. I'm going to
Yeah.
get you back for this. I swear.
I know, right? That's why I said, why don't you read this? Because I was just going to butcher this thing like no tomorrow.
On that last said seacoast.
Yeah.
Kalpakam, home to a nuclear energy plant, is not far from this coast. Kudankulam, too, has a nuclear plant.
All right, so I'll go and take this back over. That's why I was just like, dude, there's so many.
Yeah.
I am going to get.
Wow, that was brutal.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Sabir Hussain said a sub-inspector named Abdul Kader, attached to the technical wing of the Tirunelveli SP office, had spotted UFOs and had taken 2 videos of the flying objects. The incident happened just 10 days after former DGP Pardeep V. Philip, that's
Yep.
going to, okay.
Yep, we can do that.
Took pictures of a UFO on Mutakadu seashore near Chennai, he noted. Seeing an engineering graduate has seen UFOs more than 10 times in the area since August of 2023, added Sabir. Sabir believes the UFOs are hovering near nuclear establishments is a global phenomenon and said countries like the U.S. have already started taking it very seriously. A new legislation around the U.S. National Defense Authorization Act terminated the UAP secrecy. The act mandates spotting of UAPs be reported to Congress in both classified and unclassified forms regularly. The act also lists specific requirements to report UAP incidents related to nuclear weapons. So I don't think there's any video with this, but the details of the number of reported incidents and descriptions thereof of UAP associated with military nuclear assets, including strategic nuclear weapons and nuclear-powered ships and submarines and facilities, or assets associated with the production, transportation, or storage of nuclear weapons or components thereof, along with nuclear energy production facilities, are to be regularly updated to the Congress as per the new U.S. Act. So I don't think the article has any videos about, the videos or pictures of the UFOs in question.
Yeah, it would have been nice to at least get a picture or two of what was being seen.
Instead, they're just saying that, what we're talking about in the U.S. about how they're seeing UFOs over power plants and over nuclear silos, nuclear subs, our nation's nuclear arsenal. It's starting to also happen in other parts of the world too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to travel millions of light years to come to a planet, chances are you're going to need to refuel at some point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is it to see where you can refuel, or is it to see where they can get more energy from? I mean, thinking more nefariously, are they looking at us as a future energy source?
Maybe.
Seeing how many nuclear plants we're running at the same time?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. That may not be the case. It may be that they just need a planetary gas station to fuel up at. But it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it's not. All right, so we got a few more. Now, everybody knows we brought Adam on because he is very skeptical when it comes to this stuff. He likes the narrow it down to what it could be rather than jump to conclusions like some people. Thanks 420. And your wife's just like, right? So there's a peculiar piece of footage from Brazil showing a glowing diamond-shaped UFO hovering motionless in the sky over the city. The strange sighting is believed to have occurred earlier this month in the city of Sao Paulo, and a video of the weird incident popped up online last week. Beyond the location, there's little information surrounding the event. Be that as it may, the footage is rather fantastic. In the video, a pair of witnesses watched a weirdly shaped object in the sky and understandably wonder what they could be seeing. We have a video on this.
Okay.
So I'm going to play the video real quick for everybody, and then we'll discuss right afterwards. So this is the Diamond UFO in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Aí,
All right.
o voador tinha aparecido do norte. Olha só.
Right there.
Okay.
Que isso? Como assim?
Okay. Right now it's hovering.
Tá parado lá, meu. Olha. Tá muito longe isso. Ou não, né? Sei lá. Caramba, ele não tem. Ali
He's
não tem
pulling
hotel.
away. Stop it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ali não tem hotel. Tá acima das nuvens. São as nuvens ali. Caramba. A TechPix, né? Como sempre.
Stop moving, dude.
Steady arm, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. To get a little close up of what it looks like.
Okay. So its movements are kind of like a drone, being that it was able to just hover there.
Uh-huh.
We don't really have perspective about how far away it is, other than that it's somewhere between the electrical wires there.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't know. It may
is
even be
Over
something in
the
the
building, or is it, miles and miles away?
Yeah, we don't even know, like, is it a stationary object? Like, is there something, is that a mountain range behind those buildings and that's a light up on the mountain, or is that just plain sky?
Yeah. But the close-up picture, like usually when you look at a drone, usually there's lights in the corners and
Yep.
sometimes a light in the middle. Usually it's not light strips. Now, could one be modified to have the light strips on it? It could, I guess, but it's not what you usually see. And plus, what I'm kind of seeing here, there's not like rounded edges at the corners at all, reflecting any of the light. So I can't say that it's a drone or not. So I can't disprove it that way. The picture looks fairly clear, but it's late at night. There's nothing in the background. During the video, there's no noise, at least not from that we can tell. I wish the guy would have got better footage of it by not wiggling his hand around.
Yeah,
But-
that's one thing. I mean, I know he's excited, and he's like, but the movement of the video is just so erratic. Like, it's always turning to the left away from the freaking object. That's what I hate.
Yeah. So, it probably wasn't like clipped in, it wasn't a video edit. But as to what it is, I mean, okay, it is square. What if it's the insignia from like a sign
Yeah.
or something like that? We don't know. We can't see. I mean, it could. I don't know. If there's a few things that it could be, but it's just hard to tell. It's not the same type of lighting like the clock tower had next to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a reflection of any of those lights or the moon or anything like that. So it's just a completely different tone of light. So
It's not
just
really diamond shaped either. It's more saucer shaped, but
well, it is actually diamond shaped.
yeah.
It's just
When you
it's
get
just a
closer,
thin, it's just a thin diamond,
yeah.
but so it could outside of the lights, it could be curved on the outside, but the lights themselves do make a diamond. Um, it's not a sharp diamond; it's a dull diamond. I will give you that,
Yeah.
but you know,
I don't know. That's rather interesting.
yeah.
I mean,
If there was more video from different angles, that would be awesome. Or pictures from
yeah,
different angles.
if there was more video, more picture, the guy could steady his aim a little better.
Yeah.
420 says an Imperial
No,
battle cruiser,
no, it's not.
fly a
It,
navigator ship.
mm,
I don't know. That might be the one I showed last time when we were on. You and I went back and forth about because I wanted so badly, but you kept saying it's got to be a drone. I think this is the first one you and I have looked at where we're like, well, you don't know
there,
what this
there's
is.
there's not enough there to convince me one way or the other.
Yeah,
Um,
it is
there's
lacking a
just
lot of
so
information.
yeah, there's so much information missing.
You know what it does almost look like? And I just closed out the screen. It kind of looks like a lantern, like a Chinese lantern, but they're
Okay.
mostly like an amber, gold, orange color,
Yeah.
not a silver color.
Yeah, the bright white that you get is like a halogen or white LED type of light,
Yeah.
not a typical yellow. So it's I can't say that it's a drone. I can't.
Yeah, I
There's
don't.
not enough information there to say that it is or isn't. Um, I don't know what else it would have been if not. So yeah, it might be a UFO. I mean, as it stands, technically, it's an unidentified flying object because it looks like it's flying. It's an object, and we can't identify it.
Uh-huh.
So under that definition, yeah, it is.
Well, we'll go on to the next one. Here's another one you could probably look at. An airline passenger flying out of New York City captured remarkably clear footage of a saucer-shaped object zipping past the plane at an incredible speed. The tantalizing video was reportedly recorded this past Monday on a flight from New York City to Florida, and subsequently popped up on Reddit by way of a friend of the person who filmed the peculiar anomaly. Okay, so already that seems kind of sketchy because it's from a friend who knows a friend who saw a UFO flying from New York to Florida. In the footage, as the airliner ascends over the city, there's a split-second moment wherein something strange crosses the sky outside the window of the plane. When the footage is slowed down or paused, as seen in the presentation above, or isolated below, one can see that the oddity is a black saucer-shaped object. As one might imagine, there have been considerable feedback online. All right, so ladies landing in Florida captures this. I think this is the original video. Let's see if we can actually capture, like, see the legitimate moment when this thing zips by after we get past their Spielberg style intro.
Yeah. The hidden underbelly.
Hidden
Okay.
underbelly. Okay. All right, let's get to the part. Oh, it's just going to show us right away what it is. I was hoping it would show us like the flight, the actual image, the video, so we can see like how fast this thing supposedly zips by.
It might later, but yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no.
Oh,
I did see it. Yeah, watch. Boom, right there.
yeah. So if they're going one direction and this thing's coming the other, it's going to look so much faster. Not saying that it's not fast by itself, but just
Right. If I can catch it. Dang, I can't even catch it. Damn. Son of a bitch. I had it right there and I hit play on it. There we go.
There it is.
There we go. It's actually going so fast that the camera catches it in 2 frames.
Yeah.
There's the original. There's where it first comes in, and there's where it is now.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
I mean, it's interesting. Do they have a zoomed up image of the actual? Okay, here's I think here's slow motion. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. You ready for my argument?
All right, let's hear your argument. You get this one first.
Okay. This thing is a 3-rotor drone. Okay. 3-rotor drones are surrounded by black things around the blades, which makes it look like the disc type shape with the reflection off of that front. That's why it's only off that part and not off any other, because the back part is actually shaded. Now, those type of rotors are light and can get up really high depending on how durable they are. But usually they are very durable.
A blade? You said it's a bladeless rotor?
No, it's a 3-rotor drone.
Let's see. Free rotor drone.
A 3-rotor drone.
3-rotor drone.
And usually some have their rotors are surrounded by a black covering around the entire thing.
I'm looking for something similar. So I put in 3-rotor drone, and this is what it brings up. It brings up all types of drones. Tri-rotor.
Bring up a lot of interesting shaped ones, though, like the triangle one.
Uh-huh. That would be trippy. See that in the middle of the night. I am trying to find... Well, let me try this. Let me try this first.
There was one kind of like it further down, but you see, there's one that has 4. The Snapton for $25 from Walmart or whatever, or even that one, except for it's 3 instead of 4.
Huh.
But it's more of a solid outside.
Yeah, that's all we need right
So
there.
So the one that was kind of catty corner to where your mouse was, you just scrolled it off. It's in the first row that you have. You have the weird ringed one. Okay.
This guy here?
No, come over to the very first one on your page and then scroll down. No, scroll, I need you to go down the page a bit.
Okay.
So keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. So the 9th one in that first row. So down. Or hold on. Okay. So go up. That one there, the very first one on that page. It's a 4-rotor. Yeah,
right.
One, that's along the lines of what I was thinking. Just I was thinking it would be 3, not 4. But that one, it has solid black rings around it, which I thought the front one would reflect the light.
So you're saying that
I'm just saying it's going the opposite direction of the aircraft. So it would look like it's going so much faster.
Well, and the big thing is also that you're not supposed to fly a drone near civilian airspace. So obviously, if this is a drone, someone broke the law on that. Plus,
Well,
a drone.
yeah, but that's not uncommon either.
Plus,
Unfortunately.
a drone that high up. That's pretty high up for a drone. I mean, I know drones can travel pretty high. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they can get that high, but that's pretty freaking high. And you're already running a big gamble with how high up you are. Plus, you're flying next to a 747.
Yeah.
At what kind of speed here? I want to see the whole video again real quick. She thinks, yeah, Julie's even thinking it might be too high. Yeah, you're pretty high up there in the sky. You can practically see, like, I mean, I'm not denying it couldn't be a drone. It could be. And I'm also not denying that someone definitely broke the law and really didn't care if they're a drone. Maybe we don't want to get a good shot of the bridge, but I don't know, man.
That's just my argument on it. That's what seems most likely if it is a drone.
Yeah. The one thing I hate about
I do. Okay, that's at least 1.5 miles up. You think?
yes, I think it's more than 1.5 miles up. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think at that point you kind of have to be flying alongside it to stay within your range, wouldn't you?
I think so.
I don't know what the controller range on a drone
look
is,
this up.
but I mean, I'm just saying what it looks like it could be from what already exists.
Okay, so a drone, average drone, commercial drones, which are sold by civilian markets, can travel up to 6,000 feet above ground level. Okay. This one, Julie, I would say is pretty spot on. 7 to 10. Yeah, it's right there, but I don't know. I could see the drone argument though, because some of those drones we pulled up do look similar.
Yeah, because I don't know, like you said, it's right there. This isn't like, it's not lights that we're dealing with because during the day. It seems for a UFO, it seems like it's really too close.
Either too close or it's just, geez, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And plus, maybe it's not really that close. Maybe what you're seeing is just a craft really far off compared to where the plane is at. I don't know.
Plus, it looks like it's close.
Plus, that's also interesting how it kind of tips a little bit as it's traveling.
Because that back one would be the thing that's pushing it forward. They have to lean in order, well, maybe not that extreme, but they have to kind of lean to push forward, especially if the rings are solid.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good video, but
why can't we get videos of this for like Bigfoot? Come on.
No kidding. Yeah. Why can't we get Corey, Bubba? Why can't Bigfoot have this quality of video? Instead, we get just a head. Well, I got one more UFO series. Now, these are interesting. So, these aren't really, I guess these are pictures. Paranormal investigator and author Joshua P. Warren used a high-speed camera filming 1,000 frames per second. If it was a stealth bomber, it'd be a little too big. You would be able to tell the difference. Yeah. Plus, stealth bombers don't normally fly that close to cities unless it's like an emergency. So this paranormal investigator, Joshua P. Warren, he was filming 1,000 frames per second to capture multiple UFOs in daylight over Spring Valley in Las Vegas and Spirit Mountain, south of Las Vegas. He sped photography high-speed photography allows fast-moving objects like bullets to be captured in true slow motion. These objects move too quickly for a naked eye to see. So it's kind of similar to the whole video we just saw, where the plane's getting ready to land and you just see it go real fast through the air. He's using like split-second camera footage to slow it down. His first capture is on April 20th of 2023 and shows a white object speeding across the sky that ejects a second object before making a 90-degree turn, all in less than 1 second. A third black cylindrical object also shoots across the sky at the same time. On the afternoon of March 12th, 2024, Warren sets up his high-speed camera on Spirit Mountain, Nevada, an area sacred to local native tribes 80 miles south of Las Vegas. More than once, he captured shiny pulsing objects zipping across the sky above the mountain. Warren, who hosts a podcast called Strange Things, copyright. Netflix, you're going to have to change that. These objects can defy the known laws of physics. I believe they're flying around us all the time. Pilots say their UAPs can travel over 1,000 miles per hour, and that's why we need to start pointing our high-speed cameras at the sky to record them. So, these are some of his images that he captured.
So we'll see if it's worth it to haul around like a few $1,000 piece of equipment to get grainy photos.
We'll see how bad. Oh, it's a grainy photo. I was like, it can't be that great. It is. All right, so here's the first one. Does he? Yeah. That to me. Okay, so it's got
It's
a
just
little
flashing light on something.
Yeah. It doesn't really show you like it's not as concrete as the last two. The last two were like, it's right there, you can see it.
Yeah.
This could be a drone. Somebody flying a drone and he's just slowing it down in slow motion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that one there was
Now, with the angle of descent, it makes it difficult to be a drone, but it could also be a remote control aircraft.
Yeah.
Just black.
It does look like the light kind of. This is a thing too. I'm noticing as it's traveling downward. I can't tell if we don't want to see him. Hang on a minute. I can't tell if the light's rotating around the object or if it's blinking underneath the object. Okay, let's get past him. We know he's taking photos a split second. All right, so here's, I think, another one right here. All right, so there's another one he took a video of. Oh, okay. A little white dot. And then it splits something off there. Do you see it?
Okay.
420 says it's rotating with the object. Okay, you kind of can. So you can barely see it because it's just right up there imposed by the light. Okay, so there you see it. There's a normal image. And then here, something like flickers off and you'll pick it up here. In this area right there.
Okay.
Almost like you don't see it leave the other object, but it looks like it comes from the same direction, like it is ejected according to the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
See, that one, I've kind of got nothing. Honestly.
Well, look at that turn.
Yeah.
I don't know any aircraft that can make a turn like that except maybe a helicopter. Military helicopter, but I don't know. And then there's this.
Yeah.
That could be a bird, maybe. Okay, so you got two things going on at the same time in this. You got the little white orb here that ejected something.
Yeah.
And then you have this weird black object right here that kind of shoots through the frame. I'm wondering if what we're looking at here is an optical illusion similar to, you remember the rods phenomenon from the 90s?
Yeah.
where people thought they were capturing a new species of insect because of the bug was moving so fast. The camera could keep up with it, but also created like a after image.
Yeah.
And that gave it the illusion that instead of being a large moth, it was 4 large moths connected there. I wonder if that's kind of what we're seeing with a few of these. That one there, I don't know. That one there. But this one here comes up in the bottom. That could be the same thing right there. It's an after image effect.
It's a reflection off of a weather balloon after being reflected off of some swamp gas.
And then here's where Rob comes in. It just slaps you for that. All right. So here is the next one. Okay, here's the one we saw when we first came in. Now, 420 is saying it's rotating with the object, the light is.
Okay.
Okay, now I can see what he's talking about. It's rotating around it.
So is it an airplane spiraling down in the
I don't
light
know.
of its wing?
I don't know.
Because, yeah, you do see.
It does look like it's spiraling,
Oh,
like you say. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that one's interesting. Oh, and it catches another thing here. Another little like, oh no, that's the same image. That's just from far away. That's the original video image. It looks like whatever it is, like you say, it is spiraling, and that would explain why the light's rotating with the object.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's weird. Yeah. See? So it is spiraling, and that light that we keep seeing, it is spiraling. It's rotating with it. So as it's spiraling, that light's... Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean...
Yeah, Julie suggested it might be space junk. Maybe something that fell off.
I could see space junk but the problem is space junk does burn up. However, you do get those pieces every once in a while that don't burn up. That don't burn up for what's this? How can I open this real quick?
Hey, Julie, can you send that to me and I can share it to our small group?
Yeah, send that to Adam because I can't really pull what she sent. All right, I got nothing for ghosts this week, which is unusual. Because I think everyone knows ghosts are real.
Actually, I think I had something in the group.
Did you?
I had shared a short video of some ghosts that they had found in Mexico. Like to the point where this was police footage of.
Oh, you shared the Nuke's Top 5 video.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it was just like, yeah, it was just the very beginning of the video. That's it.
Uh-huh.
That I figured we could share. We could go through the rest of it at some other time, but it's the very first one.
Yeah. Well, I do have one more UFO video, then we'll do the ghost one that you said. So since you're so good at trying to debunk these, we'll put you to one more test real quick tonight. A couple in England were left scratching their heads when they spotted a puzzling UFO silently hovering in the night sky, according to a local media report. The bewildering sighting occurred on Wednesday evening as Jamie Grant and his partner were taking their dog for a walk in the city of Birmingham. Frequent stargazers during the evening strolls, the duo were taken back when they noticed a seemingly sizable floating orb off in the distance. At first, we thought it was a star or a planet, Grant recalled. But then my partner noticed it was moving quickly across the sky. Fortunately, the pair managed to film some of their sighting on video. The mystified couple can be heard marveling at what the inexplicable orb in the sky could be. So we have a video. We're going to play this video real quick for everyone, and then we'll discuss afterwards. I've also got Julie's article. Adam sent that to me. All right. Yeah, okay. We know the intro. We know we're here for that. All right. So there it is up there. Again, shaky camera angle. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as that first one, but damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, zoom in, please.
Okay, where to go, people?
Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, I'm not saying, I mean, if you're gonna record this stuff, at least record it stably.
Yeah,
Because
I don't think there's enough there to really say what it is. I mean, it kind of went in and out light-wise,
yeah,
but depending upon where it's at, could just be reflection.
could be reflection, could be they could be seeing a
'Cause it's not
satellite.
Yeah, well, it's not blinking in a normal progression. It's not on for a second, off for a second, on for a second. There's not a
Right.
pattern to its flash. So
See, there's one thing there that I just noticed too. It looks like it's bobbing a little right there. But I mean,
is that the craft or the camera?
yeah, that's a good point.
Because there's nothing in the background to gauge.
Yeah, 420 is right. It could be just nothing. I don't know. It doesn't look like it could be. I don't know what it could be. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not enough there to really call it. I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't call it a UFO because there's no evidence toward that. But
then
it's definitely not a drone.
Yeah, and then here's some
Be a
footage.
or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be, but here is the article that Julie, Adam's wife, sent us. Hunk of junk from the International Space Station hurls back to Earth. This is from earlier this month. I think the guy said in the article he started recording those shapes around the 12th of March. So that kind of levels up with this. So a bundle of depleted batteries for the International Space Station careened from around Earth for almost 3 years before falling out of orbit and plunging back in the atmosphere Friday. Most of the trash likely burned up in re-entry, but it's possible some fragments have reached the Earth's surface intact. Large pieces of space junk regularly fall to Earth on unguided trajectories, but they're usually derelict satellites, spent rocket stages. So yeah, the guy could have got in his video a piece of space junk.
Yeah.
In fact, it could even be the pack of batteries that fell from the International Space Station. So who knows? We're not saying he didn't. We're just saying it's a possibility.
Yeah. There's nothing definite. I mean, it's
Right.
all just it could.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. So this last one, we'll do this last one here, then we'll bounce for a night. Let everybody. So this comes from my favorite YouTube channel, and I believe it's Adam's as well, Nuke's Top 5. You said it's the first one, right?
Yes.
All right. Is this part of it here?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
All right. So I like to
Yeah.
I seen this one. This was cool.
Yeah.
So everybody knows I'm a
Oh,
ghost
and
hunter.
I'm like, I don't know if Weird Frequencies has done it in the past.
We
but
have covered.
this.
Because unfortunately, when something like this comes out, like a really killer news story or video, and then you can't find it afterwards, I just say fuck it, and I go to Nuke's Top 5, or another one I go to is Slapped Ham, and I'll send it to Rob, and we'll show it on the show. But we'll let Nuke from Nuke's Top 5 explain what it is you're about to see.
Mexico City, a concerned woman calls the local police saying that she hears strange, unexplained noises coming from her son's apartment just above her. The problem is, her son is out of town and the apartment should be empty. The police quickly arrive on the scene, but they don't find anyone inside. No robber, no trespasser. However, the officers do hear strange noises like banging and the low murmur of voices. They are concerned that someone might be hiding inside the residence. So, the officers radio headquarters and ask that a nearby public CCTV camera be focused on the windows of the upstairs apartment. What the camera captures is downright chilling.
Boom. Now
Yep.
that is the bedroom. That is the apartment the lady called about. This guy, we'll let the video play out some more and he'll explain. There's 3 of them.
The CCTV camera captures the ghostly figures of 3 children looking out the window as the police leave. The apartment building's longtime security guard claims that every 10 years this same strange phenomenon happens, and no one knows how or why. He says that no children have ever lived in that apartment, so he has no idea who or what this might be. To this day, the footage remains a mystery. Wisman's.
I mean, I know some people might sit there and say, "Oh, it's a hoax. It's a hoax." Ah, dude, I don't know.
Even I have a hard time arguing that.
Yeah. That is one of those things. There's only a few ghost videos out there that people can sit there and watch and say they can't explain it. They can't explain it. They can't deny it. They can't argue against it. They can't find anything to debunk it. That I would say is probably one of them because.
Well, think about what you would need to do that from like a video editor point of view, or even like special effect point of view. That would take a lot.
Right, and that's CCTV footage. So you have to, I mean, for anybody who's being skeptical right now too, I'm just going to say this. That's, turn the volume down so you can we get the loop. That's CCTV footage. That is footage from a security camera pointed at the house. All right. You even see it at one point. They're recording this off a computer, which is recording this from a camera. So you're going through 2 sources already.
Yeah.
You cannot fake the camera in front of you. You cannot fake it on the computer. You have to fake this on the camera at the street corner that is pointed at this window. And let me show you something here too. If you think you can go out in public and try and fake this, well, as soon as it gets to it, if you think you can go out in public and fake this, look at how busy it is. You've already got a car. You got a person walking. It's a busy street. People would catch you. Now, 420 does raise a good point. It could be the camera. It could be a camera putting the image on a curtain like a Halloween display. That is a possibility. That could be a possibility.
But these images are moving. Like you see there.
Right.
You see the individual children moving.
Right. I don't think it's the mother starting stuff because she misses the son because the son's on vacation. I think like it could be a screen perhaps and it's playing an image of something. But if this was like a Halloween prop or something like that, it'd be more.
That would be like using a projector from across the street. And you would see the light in the window from it, wouldn't you?
Yes,
I
you
would
would.
think.
I mean, it is very, very interesting and very good. Now, see, there's the police, there's the groundskeeper. I mean, I now here's where you can project it from behind. You could, but you would also get backlighting from inside here. And as you can tell,
It'd be very bright.
it'd be very bright. You would have some type of light. The apartment is dark. There are Halloween displays like that. Yes, there are. But the problem is that, well, let's look this up. Let's see. We'll look this up real quick. Because most Halloween displays would be more boo and not ghostly kids looking out the window.
Yeah. I mean, you have to remember, this is a mom calling to basically do a wellness check on the son or the son's apartment because she knew that he was gone. And nothing was found, but the police reported hearing noises and murmuring whispers. But then as the police leave and the security guard leaves, you see these children watching from that window.
Yeah. All right. So you got a few things here. You got mostly, like I said, it's going to be boo. So you got the creepy hitchhiking ghost things. You got death. You got a killer Ghostbusters one. I'd love to have that one. Which, if you get a chance to go see the new movie, I'm going to tell you right now, go see that movie. It's very good. It's not as good as the last one. It's decent, I'll say. Decent. So you have kind of like a clown thing, zombies. I mean, is it possible? Yes. Like that one right there. That one's using water vapor. But it's also illuminated, so it's going to stand out more, especially on like a CCTV footage. Let's see. That one's a little different too. Inexpensive reflector for Pepper's ghost illusion. Let's see. I mean, yeah, it's possible, but at the same time, it's also very, very difficult. Like, see, this one here. Plus, it also looks so fake. Like, you could tell it's fake. It's a CGI prop compared to the CCTV footage Adam showed, where it's like, yeah, it's literally physically in the apartment. This would be cast over the window. That's coming. Those images are literally inside the apartment. So
Yeah, I mean, the footage of the children looks like it's in between the glass and the curtain. Like, not from the back side of the curtain and not from the outside of the glass.
wait a minute.
Looks like it's in between.
Hang on a minute. I just saw something here.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the window with the kids in it. You first see one, two. Okay. But then a third one is right here.
The one gets up and moves toward the older sister or older child, and that leaves one remaining right there.
But the thing is what I don't understand is you see two right there. Now, in theory, if a third one physically does walk here, he should be right here.
Not necessarily. Could be in front of the other one that's there.
And see, he walks in the frame, or she does. The child walks in the frame. See, there's two. Now, according to position, he should be right there looking out the window, but we don't see him. Okay? Unless he manifests here. I don't know. That's just really interesting because, see, that one there kind of sits up.
See that one.
He comes walking in the frame out of nowhere. Stands behind the sister. This one kind of creeps back, disappears. That one stays there. Then it just kind of fades away. I don't know. But for a second there,
That does raise a good point, though, because you don't see it where there's not curtain. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's so interesting because, see, there they are. Now, according to this, if you'll watch closely, I'll go back to the actual original because that's the replay he does. if you watch closely, the third one walks in. Now, see, those two are right there in the window frame. All right, and
You
obviously the
see,
kid.
if you pause it right here, I think the smaller child right there is the one that walks, like it gets up and then walks over toward the largest child, and the smaller child is behind
Let's see.
that third one.
He kind of
'Cause
sits up.
mm,
No, he walks in front of
Mhm.
it. He
Oh,
walks in front
okay.
of the other one. So
So
he, according to the position, he should be right around that area there.
yeah.
And then he walks. This one sits up. This one walks in the frame, holding something.
Yeah. Okay, so I was trying to pay attention to where the curtain ends and the windowsill begins, and in between, because there's darkness between the two,
Uh-huh.
and there is nothing there. So all of it is on the curtain.
Yeah, maybe the curtain's like you acting as a filter for the light. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's something up with that curtain. Like 420 or may be right and might be a projection, but it's only showing up on that curtain.
Yeah. Because see,
Like
there's a curtain right here as well, but there's
that
no
would be
curtain
in a
here.
different room though,
Yeah, but there's no
because
curtain on
there's
these
a wall
windows.
between.
Yeah, I don't know. That is really cool though.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like you can see the possibilities, like 420 is saying it could be a projection, could be a camera, a camera putting a projection on the curtain. It could be. But at the
Yeah.
same time, man, that'd be so hard to do, and you would get caught doing it, especially the cops walk in and raid your house afterwards too. They'd see the projector.
Yeah. Now, another thing to take note of is when that third child walks, I don't know, is it in front of the child that's sitting there that stands? You notice the light goes dark as the child goes in front, but then you then see the one child that's still standing there as the
Uh,
one from off frame to the larger child,
oh,
the bigger child.
I just closed that out too. Let me bring back that video. We'll see that again one more time. Okay, and there was the part you just spoke of. Let me go back to this.
And just watch the off frame walk across the child that is already there.
Okay, so there they are.
You know? Child stands up.
Uh-huh.
Third one walks in front, and it kind of casts a shadow.
It
from what
does,
looks
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Now, how would that child cast a shadow onto the child behind? Because that means the light's coming from further up the street, like the projection's coming from further up the street.
Or lights with the cop cars. But the cop cars don't have their lights on during
Yeah,
all
they're
this.
driving away.
Yeah. I don't know. Really
Now,
interesting.
it brings up a lot of interesting questions.
It
I think
does.
we both agree on that.
That is the weirdest thing we've seen tonight, I think. And I think with that, it's going on 10 o'clock. We've been going on the air for 2 hours now. I think we should just go ahead and end it here for a night. Your wife's already saying she's wanting to log off. So,
Yeah.
well, we got a few more stories. We'll save them for next time. Hopefully next weekend. The captain will be back. Rob will be back. He'll host the show while I'm at work. But you'll still have Rob, you'll still have Adam, and you'll still have Bubba. Stay tuned for any news updates, and we'll post those on Facebook if anything comes up, like a show cancellation or something like that. So also, please share the show. We want to grow the audience as best as possible. We want to get more listeners, more viewers. Actually, you're not the only one here, 420. There's some people watching on YouTube too. So share the show with some other believers, skeptics, non-believers. If you got any submissions, go ahead and send it to us. You never know, we might review it here on the show. So, but still, I just want to say the ghosts and the alien footage that we saw tonight, better footage than any of the Bigfoot stuff we've seen.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that, clearer than not picture of Bigfoot that isn't AI.
Yeah, I am waiting for God's sakes, if somebody says they got Bigfoot footage, and it turns out to be Kong from the new Godzilla Kong film, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that one's actually pretty good. It's a straight up freaking wrestling match. For all you wrestling aficionados out there, Godzilla RKO'd Kong. I shit you not. A giant prehistoric dinosaur just body slams an ape. But it actually was good. And if you're going, it's not as good as -1, but it's good. So Ghostbusters and Godzilla and Kong. There's 2 movies you guys can go see this week. So, well, I got nothing else to talk about. Adam, what about you?
I don't really either. Of course, you can always catch Tyler and myself on our respective podcasts outside of Weird Frequencies.
Yep.
You can catch Tyler on the Best Damn Podcast, and you can catch me on Mayhems of Egos. And other than that, you can find us right here, and we'd love to see you and hear from you.
That's right. So, well, hopefully, like I said, hopefully Rob will be back next week, take command of this. I'll be working, sadly, but you'll still have Rob. You'll still have Bubba. Bubba, I'm sure, will be back too. He's visiting family. It's Easter, go out. People want to go out and celebrate nice, warm, beautiful day and eat some good, delicious food. So, well, other than that, on behalf of Rob Hansen and Bubba, that's the secret knowledge. Captain Jackass.
What?
You won't even let me believe it. I joke.
Trying to keep it classy.
Yeah, all right. Well, there's your secret knowledge, the classical one Adam. And I'm the American T-Rex Tyler. We will see you all back here on the next episode of Weird Frequencies. Until then, have a good week and stay safe with all this weird weather going around. And if you do get a chance, rush that monkey, probe that alien, fish that dinosaur out of the water. We'll catch you next time. Oh, and chase that ghost.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.